Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's May's big. So, this video, I want to talk to you about foraging. It's this new thing that I have been getting into while being at my new place where I work and live in Norway. So, currently, I'm living in this beautiful, beautiful landscape. There's fjords, and I can see the sea from where I live, and there's beautiful forests behind my house, and there is even a waterfall. There is a waterfall. There is a waterfall. It's awesome. It's awesome. So ever since I was a young child, I was watching National Geographic, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, and I was watching survival shows. And yeah, also this dual survival program. I don't know if some of you may remember it. But one of the guys, he survived in the normal way of surviving, I would say, these days, with good gear and like good shoes, good clothes, and like this. And this other guy, he did surviving by walking on barefoot or just socks and surviving in a more natural way and foraging and just in general. So I've always been very intrigued in how do you live from the nature. And while I was traveling in Southeast Asia last year, I realized that in Asia people are way more connected to nature, to plants, to animals than, at least for what I have experienced in the Netherlands, or maybe even just in Western civilization, if I can take it that broad, through my experience. So it was very interesting to spend some time with people who could tell me about different plants, about the medicinal powers of these plants, and also how amazing the fruit tasted there. And just at first I was feeling strange because I'm used to everything being like super close to me in the store, available every season, the same stuff is available. And now here in Norway, while being in the nature, I feel like I want to be more in touch with what nature has to offer. Also, the nearest big supermarket is like 40 minutes by car away from here. And I do have like a mini store like right out by the street, right in front of my house basically. But it is more expensive, and I'm living in this beautiful nature place, so why not? So yeah, I started foraging. At first, just, blueberries, stuff that I guess everybody is able to recognize. And I found this berry in their backyard while I was talking to them, some of the people living in the street, and I recognized it from when I was younger that I used to eat this berry. And I said, "Oh, please take as much as you want. I mean, the season will be over in like a week or so, and then it will all, go to waste. So please take, 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 take." So yeah, I spent multiple hours taking all of those berries, and storing them in buckets and freezing them. So yeah, then I had blueberries and those red berries stored. But I wanted to find more, I want to discover more. And I couldn't find as many blueberries, and then I run into this old lady, and she was going berry collecting too. And then she showed me like some good locations for berries, and then also another berry. I don't know what the English word for it is, but it's like teeny tiny little red berries. They grow very close to the floor. Coral berries? No, no. I will get back to that one. I'm not really good with names. I just remember, the information about them. Oh well. So I was collecting this berry now also, and it's really healthy. So yeah, now I had 3 different berries, and then I went to this waterfall, and there I found like even more berries. I don't know the English word again. It's frambozen in Dutch. But yeah, the pink fluffy berries that are very very sweet, and they were growing there at the waterfall. So yay! Now I had 4 different types of berries, and then also the month before this, I discovered this golden berry, cloudberries. That one I remember. The season is over now, but I know it now, and I know where to find it and what it can be used for. That's really good in pie, actually. So yeah, that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 berries I now know from the wild that I can collect and eat. So that's just more knowledge. I'm just really really happy with that. But I did not stop with the berries, of course. I was thinking, all of these leaves and plants and like what are they good for? So I started researching. I started with hair care because for me, I just want to know. I just want to know what it's good for your skin, for your hair, and whatnot. So then I found birch. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, it's this tree, and I also remember that in saunas they use it sometimes. It's this leaves from a tree, and it's supposed to be good for your skin. I'm still learning about the exact properties that it has. Also for pine tree needles, I have been collecting both now, the leaves and the pine tree needles. And there is also this moss that I still want to collect, and a bunch of other stuff I've read into. I'm no expert, but this is me starting to discover what there is in nature. And then I thought, like, I think my grandma once told me about this years ago. And I remember in primary school, I think they taught me about the birch. It's like these basic trees that, most people know. But nowadays, I didn't even remember what the birch tree was. It's like when I'm in the Netherlands, it's just so zoned out from nature. It's just this office life. It's with the laptop and the school and the education and the full-time job and this and that and this and that. So I felt very tuned out with nature, and I'm totally ready to get tuned back in. So yeah, I did all of this research about scalp care, hair care, skin care, face care, care for your hands, just for your body, for your feet. Not each one specifically, but the main nitty gritty of it. And then what things I can find locally in this season. So that's pretty interesting to, for once, not just go to the supermarket and just buy everything, but just to really see what's local and available. And then I'm looking outside, and I did this little walk, and I saw most of the things that I was looking for immediately. Now, I didn't all take it immediately, but I did see them all immediately. So, and if I can believe the information that I read, then that's just so interesting, because it's so easy to just go outside in this shitty weather, in September weather, rainy, cold, and to just find plants with medicinal properties for both inside and outside of your body, and then to also find food outside that's going to help your body from the inside, and it can also be used from the outside. How amazing is this? Like, and then I did some more research about, the daily products that we use. Like, we use shampoo, conditioner, like body wash, soap. And of course I knew, like, there's bio soaps, there is non-this soap and vegan soap and this and that and this and that. But I never really knew, like, what is the actual problem with it. And, reading in a little bit about it, and then, researching, like, why? Why do we actually use shampoo? Why do we actually need to use conditioner? Why do we need to use body wash? And then I found out that it's really more a thing of the Western civilization, and that we have this idea of being clean. Well, you have tribes and, like, other people around the world, they are clean and hygienic, but just not in the way that we perceive cleanliness. Like, their skin, for instance, would be more rough, and maybe it would look dirty, but they are hygienic. And I think that's the difference. Like, we want to, like, look clean, like, see our skin and whatever, and smell super nice, and then we have very busy lives. We have, like, the office and this and that and this and that. We don't have time to go foraging or to do research about all of this stuff. I'm lucky I have some time now because I'm working part-time. Not full-time yet, probably in a week or so. So I'm taking the time that I have. So yeah, I mean, it is really interesting. So yeah, I cannot wait to test all of this stuff out, and I'm trying not to, like, overwhelm myself with all of these new interests that I have, because I've got a bunch of new interests. So also I want to, like, freeze a lot of stuff. Like, I want to try and live, like, a healthy lifestyle, but a good lifestyle in terms of food also. Also, because I don't live very close to the cheaper stores, and I don't want to buy all of this bullshit, like crisps and cookies, and it's so easy to get, like, addicted to sugar, and sugar is just really shit. But snacking is good. So I'm just checking to see, like, is there stuff that I can bake or make that's very easy to make, doesn't take a lot of time, that I can just freeze and then just defrost whenever I want to snack in a more healthy way. Like, I'm not gonna, like, go, like, the most optimized, super duper healthy. I'm not gonna go there. I just want to see how I can snack in a more healthy way. So try to, like, maybe not use sugar, but use dates, for instance. And of course, sugar is sugar, even if it's in fruits. But they have more healthy properties too. And I'm not gonna eat that sweet stuff all day, every day. But, once in a while, who cares? Sugar is nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna bake some natural stuff and see if it's easy, because I don't really like cooking or baking. But, if it's an easy, good snack, I might get into it. I might give it a shot. So, and I will see, like, the amount of stuff that I can collect, and I'll probably make a video about it if I, because I'm just starting out now, this is just this new interest that I have gained. I do not know everything about it. I really don't. It's just a newfound interest, and I think, why not? Why not figure out what is the best way, well, the best way, like not the upper best, but what is the best way for me right now to take care of my body in a normal way, in a way that I can do. You know, what is maybe one or two extra steps in self-care, um, if it can really help you, you know? What if, using shampoo or just other everyday products, if they can be, you know, replaced by something else that is better for you? It is free and it's not that hard to find. It could even be like enjoyable to go outside and to go collect this stuff if it is not too hard. I think there could be something there, And I think if more people could get back into nature and just collecting stuff sometimes and just really take care of yourself in that way, I think it could really be good. Could really be good for our society. It would mean a lot less waste of like all of those care products and all of this bullshit that you put into your body. And not everything is bad that's man-made. Like, for instance, I think it's vitamin C that can be like pretty identically faked to the original one, and it's still like just as good for your body. But I think it is good to be critical, because all my life up until now I have not really been critical to the everyday things that I do in my life. Because, you grow up in the Netherlands and you wash your hands with soap, you wash them to like a certain amount of time. Not that I think anybody does that, but you get told, you get told to wash your hands, to wash your hair with shampoo, and to do this and that and this and that. And my grandma's boyfriend, he had white pigments marks all over his head, and they didn't know why it was. It's an older man, and then apparently they found out that it was because of Andre Lon shampoo. It made pigmented marks on his skin. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. And Andre Lon, that's like probably one of the most used and, famous or well-known basic shampoos. And it can make marks on your face. That's crazy. Because it gets marketed as good for you. Just like, years ago cigarettes got marketed as good for you. So at this point, instead of just trusting everything blindly that you hear, maybe just do some research. And that is easier said than done, because I discovered for myself, when I have a full-time friggin' job, I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do all of that research. So then I guess it would be good if somebody else would do the research and could just tell me. Or, there's just reliable sources, people that don't necessarily try to like pick all of the money out of your friggin' pocket with saying, oh my god, this is like the best shampoo and it's all natural and blah blah blah, but it costs you like 50 euros. Oh well. At least I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna do some research about this. And I will probably make a video out of it. So, yeah. Keep on watching. Enjoy your day. That's me over and out.